Shalom. One of the topics I'd like to cover about that I've had questions about, and I feel maybe I'm not able to express myself very well about when I write, which is improving with time, is about the realm of the scribes. This is what most other people refer to as the court of scribes. Well, I would like to explain the realm of the scribes as you see, like 100 floors building. But now, the way my dimension of seeing this particular realm, people see things in different ways. My dimension of seeing this particular scribes courts it is on a ground level. It has a corridor within it and rooms on the side, this side and on this side. But the corridor allows you to see from the season and the time that you are in now to when the earth was formed, when the Spirit of the Lord was on the waters. So the scribes court is a place of documentation. Nothing happens that is not documented. This is the place where you see people who look like, I don't know how to explain them. These are people with a lot of knowledge. Before, depending on how you perceive them and see them, they are early men who have the knowledge and understanding. They are not angelic. They are not angelic. These are beings whose jobs and responsibility is to document every occurrence that happens, whether in the heavens or on the earth. Now, for you to understand this particular realm properly, it is important for you to understand from this that our Father is the original. He's the original maker of everything that you see here on earth. Everything that you see, everything that man has perceived to have been before, and it is not here again, like dinosaurs. He is the only creator of anything. Name it. So the only thing he desires for you to do is look upon him when you need to understand the authenticity or the genuinity of something. For him to make me understand this, he gave me a very classic example. I believe the Lord ministers to people according to their own ability to understand him and how he relates with them. He showed me the Chinese, and he said to me, this is the counterfeit of everything. This is the symbol. I'm not saying all Chinese. He said, this Chinese is the symbolism of everything counterfeited on earth. And this is like, if you show the Chinese man anything and say, I want you to produce this for me again, he will produce it. So he has to have the original concept for him to produce a counterfeit of the original. So there is no counterfeit without the original. So, in that context, he said to me, the accuser of brethren, the accuser of men, is the counterfeiter of everything that I make. He makes and creates nothing. He has no blueprint to create anything. So he counterfeits what I make. So for him to do this, there must be an original. For the accuser to create, to try and counterfeit, he cannot create. So that is the knowledge and understanding that I wanted you to understand the court of the scribes with. So there is only, then it comes to himself, the Lord. There is only one original concept of anything. In the scribes, everything is documented according to the original purpose of things, according to what the Lord created, even before man was formed. The original creator, there is the help of the Holy Spirit. He is also a documenter of things. So most people will ask, so what happened before the first man wrote or the first assignment was done? What was, so the Ruach HaKodesh is also a documenter of things. So if you stand at the court of scribes, and I'm giving it from my dimension, everywhere you go, you want to know everything, the Titanic, this war, the bloodline, everything that you need to know, the information of man, your destiny scrolls, your assignments, alignments, judicial rulings, anything that has been done, judicial rulings in the court of heaven, in the court of men, annulments, legislations, proclamations, destiny scrolls that haven't been unleashed, assignments that have been given, mandates, what Enoch did in his time, how he walked with God, how Ham, the father of all the black men, worked, how the men, the Ethiopians, this I saw there, traversed all the way through that ridge to Israel. How they were the first men, how every detail that you need, just like any other administration block that is done anywhere else. There is an administrative council that sits in the scribal courts. There are eunuchs there. They are eunuchs. They are men who are beings that have been there from time before time, who produce and give you information. If you go to the presence of the Father and you have accusations in your bloodline that stemmed all the way from the days of the Holocaust, and I'm going to give a classic example of something that I experienced there for you to understand better. I encountered someone who was from Poland, and they've been dealing with something in their bloodline for long. And when we looked into it, we saw it stemmed from their forefathers being informers on the people who were killing the Jews in Germany. They rounded up the people who were running away. They rounded them up. They informed on them. The ones who are not yet caught. The ones who are not yet arrested. And their bloodline accusations, because this is about the 4th generation or the 5th generation of this particular person. But the legality of that particular act is still documented and speaks against their bloodline. So where do you get that information? That is like how many years ago? It is in the court of scribes because it is documented there. Anything to do with land. Any situation that you can think so complex. Things that you have doubted and thought maybe they do not exist. They are not here. They are not present. They were never there. In the beginning, in God's creation, there was light. When light came in, there was documentation. Before, when the Spirit of God was on this earth and walked on the waters, there was documentation. Our Father is not of this creation. He did not come to be with us. He was here well before time, before seasons, before men, before the fall. So this particular court of scribes has everything. When you speak about stones, gemstones, when you speak about histories, when you speak about treaties, when you speak about injustices that were meted that have never been documented, all you need to do is go before your Father in his presence and ask for access in the scribes. I am telling you something that I have seen. This is, for me, one of the things that people don't understand. It's like different floors with different departments. Think of administration. If your Father is the creator of everything, why would he create without an administration block? So is the concept of administration his idea or this ad's idea? Of course it is his idea. When you look at where we're going from these courts, when you go through this corridor and see where we are now, where we began then, and where we are headed to, oh my God, then you will know and you will understand that we are in a time of power. We are in a dispensation that man has not encountered before. Thank you for staying with me, and God bless you so much.